the second match of the night was Claudio and Mox versus Roosh and Preston Vance.
Oh.
So, can we just knock out the biggest pet peeve of this match right in the beginning?
Do it.
Mox wore a shirt to the ring. It stayed a shirt for about 1 minute. And then, for some reason, he kept wearing it to the end, even though it was only connected at the very, very bottom.
Nah, like by the second minute of the match, his t-shirt just looked like a really cheap vest.
That the zipper got stuck at the bottom.
Yeah.
So it's just stays connected.
The zipper got stuck at the bottom and he just kept it. And I was like, now I know why wrestlers don't wear a shirt unless if it's like, you know, like a Under Armour-y type of thing. And I'm like, because your shirt gets ripped instantly and then you look like you're wearing a ridiculous vest for an entire match like Jon Moxley did here today.
Like, you would just notice it and just be like, this looks so silly. Why don't you just take it off? It would, at points, just take you out of the match.
Yeah, it's weird. It was weird. And I don't know. I just kept laughing at it because it was awkward, and you could tell it was getting in the way, and he just kept going with it.
So this match, actually, they were on their way out to the entrance, or on their way out to the ring during the entrance. Roosh and them attacked Mox and Claudio, right? And then they're brawling for a little bit, go to a commercial, then get into the ring. It took all the way until the next commercial break for Moxley to bleed.
Hey, but he did bleed though. So all is still right in the world. I feel like Moxley bleeding is like the groundhog showing up, because the groundhog never shows up.
So it's such a non-big deal when Mox bleeds that you can actually do it during the commercial break. A lot of times in your big matches, when it happens, you want that big reveal of like, oh, they're busted wide open. No, it's just Moxley.
Like normal spot for Mox. I wonder how many like that dude's got to have like all kinds of blade marks everywhere.
He was messed up pretty good from this match. We got to see it a little bit later in the night.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was cut up pretty good.
Commentary kept talking about how Preston Vance wanted revenge because last time he faced Mox, that's when Vance injured it. What was it? His pec or his shoulder?
Shoulder, I think.
Something in that area.
Something arm, shoulder arm, something. Yeah, but basically Mox put him on the shelf for 6 months, so he's got a score to settle with him.
Left him a bloody mess, so he was out to do the same, because this was a Texas Tornado tag team match.
Mm-hmm. Because we were in Texas.
Oh, yeah.
So they had tornadoes.
They
match.
Now, Mox bled. Eventually, Vance bled. And he got busted open pretty well, too.
Mm-hmm.
Some point, Claudio comes in. Oh, this is where it was. Because he clears out house because Mox is just being picked on. Claudio gets the chain around his fist and just goes to town on Vance.
Oh, man. Yeah, I'm going to go hit of the night there. Because just watching Mr. like wrestler, technical guy, Claudio, just wrap the chain around his hand and they say, nah, I'm about to whoop ass with this chain. That was pretty cool.
Not only that, but like he doesn't look huge, but he's always talked about being so strong. You see him throw that chain around his fist, and like a lot of people, you can tell they're now trying to carry that chain around their fist. Dude was just
Mm.
like it was nothing.
Yeah, like everybody else was just with like throw one or two, and then they take the chain off and then throw regular punches. He's like, nah, I'm gonna wail on them.
He spiked that thing at the end too. Once he had enough, he just slammed
Yeah,
that thing.
yeah, that guy. I want to know what his workouts are because I gotta start doing those. Like maybe like a watered down version, but
It wouldn't surprise me
I
if
gotta do that.
they're available because his old tag team partner before he changed companies has a whole like YouTube channel dedicated to that stuff. So it wouldn't surprise me if he has some videos up with him.
Hey, like you want to get a Claudio body because that's what I'm trying to get.
Way too short to ever look that lanky.
Hey, you could look
Sickly?
um,
But that chain still comes into play because in the end, Mox wraps it around Vance, starts to choke him out, does the elbow strikes, and puts him in the what's it called? Was it like the Uchi Katami or something?
Juju Tommy. I think I can't remember exactly how it's pronounced.
It didn't really matter what hold he put him in, so
Juju. Yeah, that one. But yeah, it's like that one that they use in MMA quite a bit.
yeah.
And I always have no idea what Joe Rogan is saying.
I mean, he was about to be out cold before he ever got transitioned into that because dude was just being straight up choked with the chain.
I gotta go get some tissue.
During the celebration of this match, they cut to a clip backstage to show the Butcher and the Blade holding Hangman and Kip attacking him. They're talking about how they're supposed to wrestle later match or later in the night, but who knows how this will impact things. Which, getting to that now, what ended up happening was they didn't even really draw it out, like do the whole 10 count or anything. Hangman was ready to go. Kip was in the ring wearing the cowboy hat. Once he got in the ring with him, kind of tried to give it back to him. But there are some fun things to this match. So one thing early on, Kip only had Penelope with him. But early on, at some point, Hangman is dragging Kip around the ringside area, and he pulls over towards Penelope, but Penelope steps up and she does the whole no, no, no. Hangman's just like, fuck it, whatever. Turns around, slings Kip into the barricade. Commentary is just kind of laughing about it and everything. Because, yeah, Penelope tried to stop him. Hangman just turned around and did what he wanted to do anyway.
Sorry.
No worries. Next thing I have in my notes is Hangman Adam Page actually hit one hell of a pop-up powerbomb.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that was nice. And that was my other candidate for hit of the night.
It's okay, because we're going right into mine, because what did Hangman win with?
He won with a dead eye.
The move.
Not a buckshot lariat.
That's the one that I've wanted, because I remember when it started, it seemed like it was going to be his finisher, then to just transition into the buckshot. I'm like, no, I like the Deadeye so much better. It was so happy.
Nice. And I'm happy he used it.
I mean, it's similar to Orange Cassidy's like Beach Break in the result that like they just lift them up and over and they can hit that move so quick out of nowhere. You can do it through tables. There's just so many options that you can play with the Deadeye.
Yeah, the buckshot lariat, it's too much time to set up.
Right. There's not a you can't really hit a buckshot lariat out of nowhere.
Yeah, no buckshot lariats out of nowhere. I mean,
TV can film it where it's out of nowhere.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Yeah. But yeah, you can't just randomly run up to your homie and buckshot lariat him. Like, it's not gonna work. Like
Uh,
he's got to let you do it.